Welcome to Medical Student Life in Japan, a podcast created by a teacher and a group of medical students at Nara Medical University.
We are a small medical college in the Kansai region of Japan. This podcast has two great purposes.
One is to share stories about being a medical student here in Japan.
And also for our students to share fun ideas, opinions, and information about Japanese culture to people all over the world.
Thanks a lot for listening. Welcome back to Medical Student Life in Japan. We are nearing the end of July, and it is so hot here in Japan. I think today was over 36 degrees Celsius. But guess what? Our students are still studying. Believe it or not, medical college here and nursing college goes up until the end of July, and with some exams next week. So the students are still working hard, even though it's so hot, so they're doing their best. And then shortly after that, they'll have a nice summer vacation until mid-September. In today's show, we have our fifth-year medical students, Satoshi, Haruka, and Momoko, having a bit of a debate, a discussion about lifestyle diseases and how they can be treated, some possible solutions, talks of care and prevention. And they did all of this in English, which was really not easy, as they'll say in the podcast, but they did their best, and I'm really proud of their efforts, and we hope you enjoy it as well. We really love to showcase their ability, and it's so motivating to know that there's an audience out there listening to them. So as always, please like the podcast. You can subscribe to it. You can send us a comment or suggestion. The email address is on the podcast page, or you can send us some kind of a voice message, which is always fun. Please keep listening and share it with your friends, and enjoy today's show. Thank you.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Satoshi.
I'm Momoko. I'm Haruka.
How are you doing, guys?
I'm good. Yeah, me too. And you, Satoshi?
Oh, I'm great too. Thank you.
Great.
So actually, this week is a turning point for us, and because now we've been working in our university hospital, and the clerkship is called 1 week rotation, right?
Yes.
And every week we change the department, and we study many subjects,
Yeah.
at cardiology or gastroenterology, dermatology, or many subjects, right?
Yeah.
And so how was it? Like, yeah.
It was a very good experience for me to actually go and see the patients. Before the clerkship, I didn't have any chances to see the real patient, but also, every experience that I had was very nice and memorable.
That's great. Yeah. I totally agree with you. Yeah,
Really?
it was really great experience to talk with patients in a ward. Yeah. How about Haruka?
It's a good time for me to, because in the rotation we can see the real aspects of clinical environment,
Yes.
and this experience was great. And if I had only lectures in classroom,
Mm-hmm.
I never had such an experience.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah, it's great time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in the hospital, did you meet impressive patients, like funny patients, or like very rare cases, or how about cases?
Yes, I had an impressive patient, and I had wrote a report of him.
Oh, I see.
Yes, and he was a patient with severe diabetes,
Mm-hmm.
and he had made efforts not to become such a severe condition.
Diabetes.
Yes,
Ah,
but in the end, he became such a severe diabetes.
oh, I
Yes.
see.
Yes.
Too bad.
Yes.
Ah.
So I felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
Can I ask you one question?
Mhm.
How old was he? Like,
He was
not young.
not young, like 70 years old.
70 years old.
Yeah.
So maybe he's patient with type 2 diabetes, right?
Yes, type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, I see. So for listeners, type 2 diabetes is a certain type of diabetes, mainly because of the lifestyles, like taking too much sugar or doing little exercise, right? So type 2 diabetes is mainly is from their lifestyles. Yeah, mostly.
To For me, I had kind of a very opposite situation. In my endo- when I was going around the endocrinology department, I was assigned to a patient also with diabetes, but I read the patient notes, and according to that, his eating habit was really bad. Like he drunk
Oh.
many much, very very much, and eat a lot. And I think it's kind of he deserves
Uh-huh.
to
I
be
see.
diabetes. And
Because he doesn't care about his
Yes.
food or his drinking habit.
Yes.
I see. Yeah, actually, I met a patient in respiratory medicine, and he smoked so much, like 30 or 40 cigarettes per day,
Oh.
and more than 20 years. So it's, I mean, it's somehow natural for him to have lung cancer. Yeah, so yeah, there are many types of patients, right?
Yeah.
Some people are very hardworking, but others are not at all.
Yeah.
So as Momoko said, in my opinion, I feel a little strange um to be honest, treat these patients in an equal way. I mean, some are very making a lot of efforts not to become a patient of some diseases, while others are not. Yeah. How about Haruka?
Yes,
Um,
yes, I totally agree with your opinion.
Yeah. And I think it's a kind of waste of money to treat like some patient who are not making a lot of efforts or who don't care about their lifestyles. Yeah, because if Japan is a very rich country, I think it's totally fine to treat all the patients and give them the best quality of medical care. But now our country is is shrinking. I mean, it's not so rich as it used to be. And for example, the social security expenses account for more than 30%. And this is the top top cause of our government expenditure. Yeah. And I think we need to use more money to other things like childcare expenses, or pension or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally totally agree.
Yeah. So
So, so we have to find new choice or new resolution.
Yeah. So I said that it's for me a little strange to treat every patient in an equal way, but at the same time, I feel it's unacceptable to treat patients in a different way according to their backgrounds or their efforts.
Yeah.
Because as a doctor, we need it's our kind of destiny to treat patients as much as we can, right? We need to do our best. So so I said I feel it's a little strange, but at the same time I feel it can be helped. I mean, we need to do that. Just we need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe sometimes it's not the patient's fault, but the situation, the environment that they grew up that led him or her to develop diabetes.
Yeah. Some patients are so poor that they can't afford to buy healthy food like fruits or vegetables, right? So yeah, I think it's true that we should treat patients and fairly, in the same way. Yeah. So do you think of any good ideas like from the point of financial things?
It's not realistic, but how about reduce the number of
Dialysis?
Yeah,
dialysis. I say, I mean, the machines are quite expensive and the running cost is very high. So you mean, so we can reduce the expenses. Yeah. But it's a little kind of aggressive thing. Yeah. How about Momoko?
How about this? How about monitoring the number of cigarettes that a person buy?
Oh, that's great. So, like for example, one person cannot buy a lot of cigarettes in a day,
Yes.
right? So you mean it's a kind of preventions, right?
Yeah. I think I think like that too.
Yeah. So maybe rather than focusing on treatment, maybe we should think about preventions, right? Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah. Do you have any other good ideas about preventions?
So I think one of the reasons that diabetic patients became in a severe condition is that they don't have enough knowledge about the disease itself. So how about giving a lecture to the patients or to the elementary school students? I mean, from giving lectures when they are really little.
Ah, that's great.
Yes, that's great.
Yes, maybe education to children is a really good way, right? Because once we start working, we have a lot of stress and we drink a lot or eat sweets, right? So maybe before we grow up, we should be educated.
And we have to know the right knowledge for health.
Yeah.
And if children learn right education, the parents can learn same things too.
Good point.
Yeah. So you mean children can teach their parents about what they've learned?
Yes, and they can learn together.
Great idea.
Yeah. Sometimes adults tend to follow their children's advice, rather than advice from adults. I guess because because adults tend to feel a little embarrassed when they are taught from children,
Yeah.
like, oh, daddy, it's that food is too, that food is too fatty, or like, it contains a lot of sugar, or
In fact, my father stopped smoking after I warned him not to smoke when I was 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he haven't been smoking since then. So
what a good example.
yeah.
So maybe, or another good method is like vaccination. Yeah. So maybe vaccination is a good way of prevention, and it's now being carried out, but we should promote vaccinations. And so in medical schools, we often learn how to treat patients, or what the mechanism of each diseases is.
Yeah.
But we also need to learn how to prevent diseases efficiently, or we need more knowledge about preventions. Yeah.
Compared to like developed countries like US and UK, I think the preventive medicine is not as popular in Japan.
Yeah.
So thanks to you today, I noticed that we need more knowledge, or more education about preventions. So that's it for today.
This week was a very difficult topic, but
for us.
but it was really fun talking about that.
Yeah, and it's very difficult to explain in English as well. So we have lots of things to talk about preventions or about medicine, but maybe next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you, everyone.
See you.